morning, students. Today, I'm here to give you the brief idea about chemistry and its syllabus, scheme, and the overall view of chemistry I'll give you today. Okay, students, if you want to take up science in your ISC, so one of the most important subject would be chemistry. So today, I'll give you basic idea about chemistry and what are the chapters you are going to study in chemistry. You'll know this. Okay, so move on to our next slide, and this is about scheme and syllabus. So in chemistry paper, there will be two papers. Paper number 1, that is theory, that is of 70 marks, and paper 2, that is practical, okay, and the marks allotted for practical is 30. Okay, so in theory paper, there are 14 important topics you have to study. And the 14 important topics are this. So in the unit number 1, that is first chapter, in this first chapter, you have to study about concepts of chemistry, which you have already done in class 10, such as mole concepts, stoichiometry, and other calculations you have to do in this first chapter, which is very similar to your class 10 syllabus. And there involve some numericals, finding molarity, molality, and some other important terms you'll study in this first chapter. Okay, and the second chapter you have to study is structure of atom, as you have been studying this from class 8. Here in this structure of atom, you have to go into some depth, and you have to study some important terms and topics. In this chapter, you have to you'll see how the atomic models are developed. Okay, so from that minute particle, that is indivisible particle, how the 3 subatomic particles are developed. Okay, all this topics we'll discuss in this chapter, that is chapter number 2, structure of atom. And chapter number 3 is classification of elements and periodicity in properties, as you have done in class 10, that is first chapter. So in this chapter, you have to deal with periodicity of properties and the classification of elements in the periodic table. Okay, so in this topic, you have to study about the various properties of elements, okay, and its periodicity, such as what we call this ionization potential, electronegativity, ionization enthalpy. All this you have to study in this chapter number 3. Okay, and the next important chapter, that chapter is chemical bonding and molecular structure. This is very important chapter. In this chapter, you have to study all the types of bonding. Example, electrovalent bond, or you can call it ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond. Okay, so this type of bonding and the properties of that type of compounds we'll study in this chapter. And this next chapter is states of matter, gases and liquid. This chapter is related to physics also. In physics also, you have to study the same chapter. In this chapter, you have to study about ideal gas, its properties, and liquids, its properties such as surface tension, okay, viscosity. All these properties you have to study in this chapter number 5, which is also there in physics. And chapter number 6, chemical thermodynamics. This thermodynamics term is also there in physics. The same chapter is there in the physics, so there is some relationship in class 11 physics and chemistry. So this topic is also there in physics. So you have to you'll study the same type of topics in this chapter. Okay. So now, next important topic is equilibrium. Here in this chapter, you have to study about ionic equilibrium and chemical equilibrium. Next, redox reaction. As you all know, redox reaction is oxidation reaction and reduction reaction occurring simultaneously. So this type of reactions, in this redox reaction, you'll know about how to balance chemical equation by ion electron method, oxidation reduction method. these are the topics which come under this redox reaction. And unit number 9, it is hydrogen. In this hydrogen, its properties, okay, preparation, and its usefulness will discuss in this particular chapter. And the next chapter, which you can see, as you can see, chapter number 10, that is S block elements. As you know, in the periodic table, group 1 and group 2 elements are called S block elements. So we'll study the, okay, you'll see the different type of properties, how the properties behave while going down the group. Okay, this type of different types of properties we'll discuss in this particular chapter. Okay, and chapter number 11, that is P block elements. As you all know, group 13 to group 18, they are called P block elements. So from group 13 to group 18, they are called P block elements, as you guys all know. But in this chapter, you have to study group 13 and 14 only in class 11. Okay, so group 15 onwards, you have to study in your senior class, that is class 12. Okay, so the next chapter, that is chapter number 12, which is organic chemistry. So from this chapter, you have to we'll start about organic chemistry. So in this first chapter, we'll discuss about the basics, only the basics. Basics are very important. So you have to learn first basics. If you don't know the basics, then you'll not going to understand this organic chemistry. So this chapter number 12, is very, very much important from your concept to build your concept. Okay, so, and the next unit, that is chapter number 13, is hydrocarbons, as you have already done in class 10. Alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, this you have to study again in this chapter 13. And the last one is environmental chemistry. So in this chapter, you have to study the relationship between different kind of chemicals and the environment. And in this topic, you'll discuss about the pollutions, greenhouse effect, acid rain, etc. Got it? And okay, so in class 11, what you have to study is, what you have to know is, you have to know about the 3 branches of chemistry. So as you can see here, so the chapter number 1 and 2, chapter number 7, this is considered as physical chemistry. And you can see from chapter number 8 to chapter number 11, it is written as inorganic chemistry. And the last organic part, organic chemistry, to environmental chemistry, this comes under organic chemistry. So till class 10, you have studied general chemistry. Okay, so from class 12 onwards, you have to study 3 branches of chemistry. One is physical chemistry, one is inorganic chemistry, and the last one is organic chemistry. So as you can see from this picture, physical chemistry, there is from chapter number 1 to chapter number 7, this is physical chemistry, and the total marks allotted for this physical chemistry is 32 marks. As you can see, the most, what we called expensive, we can call it, the most expensive or the most important section from the chemistry syllabus is physical chemistry. It carries how many marks? 32 marks. And the second is inorganic chemistry. It is allotting 15 marks. And the last one, organic chemistry. So there is, the marks allotted for this organic chemistry is 32. Okay. So now, let us move on to check the pattern of question you'll get. Okay. So I'll give you some idea about how the question paper are there for class 11. Okay, so there will be no such section separated in chemistry. There is no section A, section B, section C like that. Okay, so you'll get altogether 18 questions, and all these 18 questions are very, very much important, and you have to do all the 18 questions. So you'll get objectives also. You'll get questions carrying 2 marks also, you'll get question carrying 3 marks also, and question carrying 5 marks. Okay, so the question paper is divided into such manner. Okay, I'll give you some idea about the question paper. Okay, this is the question paper. Okay, so question 1, as you can see, question 1, you'll get all objectives only. So question 1 is of 20 marks. Question 1 is of 20 marks and having 4 subparts, all the which are compulsory. As you can see, I'll give you. Okay, so question number 1, which is of 20 marks and having subparts 4. And this is question number 1. First one is fill in the blanks. As you can see, there is marks allotted is 4. So 4 marks for fill in the blanks, and you'll get 8 blanks, and all the options are given. Next, Next, there is MCQ type of question. You'll get 4 questions of 4 marks, and similarly match the following for 4 marks. And in the subpart 4, that is D, you'll get some questions, so you have to answer this question in very short. Okay, so each question is carrying 2 marks. Got it? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. So altogether 4 questions, 2 marks, that is 8 marks for this section, this subpart D. Okay, so and from question number 2 onwards, you'll get internal choice. So there is no sections, there is no alternatives given. Okay, so only internal choices are given. For you can see here or. So this question, whether you can do this question number A or question number B. Okay, so from question number 2 onwards, the marks allotted is 2. You can see question number 3 is also of 2 marks. Question number 4 is also of 2 marks. 6, 7, 8. Okay, so from question number 2 to question number 8, the marks given is 2. And from question number 9 onwards, the marks given is 3. And here also, you'll get internal choice. As you can see, question number 12, 3 marks, question number 13, 3 marks, question number 14, 3 marks, question number 15 also 3 marks. Okay, now question number 16 onwards. The marks given for question number 16, 17 and 18 is 5. Okay, so this question number 16, 17, 18, you'll get varieties of question from all the chapters. Okay, and you'll get internal choice for each question. Question number 16, in question number 16 also you can say the choice. In question number 17 also you can see the choice, and question number 18 also you can see the choice. Okay, so these are the question paper, and I've already told you the theory paper can give you 70 marks. So the total examination is of 100 marks. So this 30 marks is for practical work. And in this practical work also, only the practical which you are doing in lab, here you'll get 15 marks. And next, there is a project also. Okay, so the project carries 10 marks. And the last, there is practical file, which can give you 5 marks. Okay, so altogether, theory paper 40, theory paper 70, practical 30. So out of 30, 15 marks is for lab work. Okay, as you can see, 15 mark is for lab work. Next, project 10 marks, and that 5 marks is for practical file. So these are the overview on chemistry. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I welcome you all to this online class for class 11, and I am here to introduce you to my subject, accounts or accounting. Most probably you must be just hearing this word accounts or accounting because this is a new subject which you have not learned in class 10 and below. This is the subject those who have taken commerce will be studying in class 11, right? And since this is the new subject that you are going to study in class 11, so many things must be going on in your mind. You must be wondering whether the subject is tough, hard, or boring. But let me tell you all that accounts or accounting is going to be interesting because it is much more theoretical. This is much more practical than theoretical. It is mathematical based subject. Again, when I say mathematical based subject, you must be getting scared, but don't be afraid. Here, when I talk about mathematical based or mathematical approach to subject, here you need to do only 4 operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And I'm pretty sure that every one of you know this mode of operation. This subject accounts is also interesting because it's related to our day-to-day life, our everyday life, because this subject has relation with money. And we all require money. Is it or not? I think you also need money. And very good example is a pocket money given to you. Who gives a pocket money to you? Your parents. And let's say you should be aware of what amount of money you are getting and how are you going to spend that money. That means it is important to be aware of your personal finance. So this is called personal finance, right? And you have to know how much of money you are getting and how much of money you will be spending. And if you do not pay attention, I tell you, you will be very soon in deep trouble. When I talk about accounts, it is synonymous with business because no business can be done without accounts. Where there is business, there is accounts. Let's say how important is account in a business. Let me give you one example. Say I start a business or you start a business and you have invested, say, or you have put in, say, rupees 50,000 in the business. After a certain period of time, say after 6 months or 1 year, you may be interested to know something more, like how much your money has grown, how much your business has been able to sell, what is the purchase made by your business, what is the profit made by your business, what is the loss, how much of money you will be receiving from, say, X or Y, or how much you need to pay, say, to Shyam or to Ram. So many queries, isn't it? And you would like to have the information obtained for these queries. Is it or not? So here lies the importance of accounts in business. The accounting will provide you the information like whether your money has grown, whether your business has earned a profit of 5,000 or 10,000, and so on. Right? So everything said and done, guys. So I'll be giving you overview of accounts. What are the things that you need to learn in class 11? What is the question pattern in class 11? But before that, again, let me explain you accounts in a very nutshell. When I talk about accounts, what do we do in accounts? I think you must have figured out by now. What we do now is, like in accounting, we try to, or accounts try to collect information regarding finance, financial information. That means information related to money. And then this information is recorded in a particular order or in particular pattern. And this information is used to generate financial data and is reported to the owner. Because the owner is interested in financial data, right? And there may be some other people also who will be interested to get the financial information regarding a particular company or by particular business. So this is what accounting is: collecting information, recording it, right, and generating financial information and providing it to the various users. Now I would like to introduce you to the So now here I would like to give you the subject overview. Now when I talk about the subject overview, see, at the end of the year you have to take the exams, you have to write the exams. So what your paper is going to be? Your paper is basically divided into two, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is a theory paper, it's a written exam. You have a paper of 3 hours, writing time, 3 hours, and the marks allotted for paper 1 is 80 marks. Then we come to the paper 2. Paper 2 is a project work. You have 20 marks allotted for the project. Here you go to do 2 projects to be completed. Your teachers will give you the project and you have to do at least 2 projects, right? This project will be internally assessed and the marks will be sent to the council. Then come to the paper 1, that is the written exam. Your paper is divided into 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 carries 20 marks and this is compulsory. You have to answer 10 questions. There will be 10 questions given and you have to answer the 10 questions. Each question will carry 2 marks, right? Now this question is a short answer question. This question will be given to you from the chapter that is allotted for class 11, right? Then you have part 2. Part 2, the total marks allotted for the part 2 is 60 marks. Here you have to answer 5 questions and 1 question will carry 12 marks. So 12 into 5 questions will give you 60. This is a choosing part. Here you have to attempt any 5 questions out of the 8 questions given to you. So this is the overall view of the written paper, right? Then written paper, that is 80 marks, plus the project 20 marks will make up 100. That is the total marks allotted for the subject accounts. Now after this, I'll go on to the content that you require to study in class 11. Right? I would say this is the syllabus that you need to cover in class 11. Number 1, introduction to accounting. Here you will learn the meaning of accounting and how the accounting is done, what is the usefulness of accounting, the importance of accounting, right? Then you learn about journal, ledger, and trial balance. Journal, ledger, these are the books of accounts where the records are maintained. We'll learn much about this. Number 3, we have bank reconciliation statement. We are talking about the business organization. Business organization do have bank accounts. At times, there may be some differences in the amount shown by the bank statement, by a passbook, which may not tally. There may be some differences. And the reason for these differences can be found out by preparing bank reconciliation statement. You have depreciation. This depreciation is related to assets, which you will definitely learn later, right? Depreciation called reduction in the value of assets. Number 5, bills of exchange. Bills of exchange is an instrument, you can say, document which proves that something has been bought on credit and money has to be paid on later, right? Accounting concepts, these are the thoughts, these are the ideas, these are the principles which are used in keeping accounts and generating financial information. Number 7 is final account and concepts of trading, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. This this is the statement which is prepared to find out the profit or loss of a business. Okay, maybe the financial position of the business, whether your business is growing, how much of profit your business is earning, whether your business has suffered loss. So to get all this kind of information, you will prepare final accounts, that is trading profit and loss account or balance sheet. Rectification of errors, to error is human. Accountings are kept by human being. So there may be some mistakes, right? So how to rectify those mistakes will be learned in this chapter number 8. Accounts for incomplete records. There are 2 ways of keeping records. One way will provide you detailed information. Another method will not provide you detailed information. These are followed by retailers or maybe sole proprietorship business. So which again you will learn later. I will not talk much about this now. Non-trading organization. These are those organizations which are set up for not earning profit but for providing services. They also keep accounts. And how do they keep accounts? We'll learn here. Then lastly, you will have introduction to the use of computers in accounting. We know this is the era of technology, and accounting is not spared, technology is also used in accounting. We talk about tallies, right? So nowadays accounting is done with the help of computers. So the use of computers in accounting we'll learn in the chapter number 11. So this is the number of chapters that you need to study in class 11, boys. Class 11. And so this is all about it. So I end it here with a note that you will definitely enjoy accounts in class 11. As I said previously, that this is much more practical than theoretical, and it's related to our day-to-day life. Thank you, everyone.